So if you look into the comment section of these football YouTubers, you will find plethora of people commenting, I'm 18, am I too late? I'm 17, am I too late? I'm 23, am I too late? I'm 25, am I too late? I don't blame them. Football is such an uncertain career option that these questions arising in players' mind is only natural. This one question can take away hours and even days and leave the player in self-doubt and misery. And that's the reason I'm making this video, to help you answer this particular question and destroy your anxiety once and for all. So let's answer this question. Does age really matter in football? Short answer to this question is yes, it does. Coaches and clubs do prefer younger players, and that's because their brain is moldable, their body is flexible, and on top of that, they have all the time in the world to develop their skill. But does that mean you who is watching this video is too late for going professional football? That's something that you'll decide by the end of this video, so keep watching till the end. So to answer this particular question, let's see all the problems and obstacles that will either stop you from going professional or you will just run out of time. Once we see all these problems, we'll see the solutions of these individual problems so that you can better decide what's the answer for you for this particular question. So the very first set of problems that you'll go throughout your journey are the physical problems. You must have heard these particular statements from the experienced players, coaches. They say that your brain stops growing or you stop learning after the age of 25. You lose all your stamina, your agility, your speed, your power as you age. To be honest, all these claims are true to some extent. But these truths are not nuanced enough for individual to individual. If you are not living under the rock, you must have heard this one person known as Andrew Huberman. In his podcast, he talks about learning and how to learn the motor skills faster. He says that it's definitely possible for you to learn a new motor skill even after the age of 25. So the basic difference that he explains is that childhood learning is like a auto start or self start in a scooter, whereas if you're learning skills after the age of 25 as an adult, it means that your scooter just has a kickstart and you have to put a lot of effort. More of that in the later videos. But that basically means that you can still learn after the age of 25. And now to talk about the stamina, the agility, the power and all those good stuff. So yes, you do lose all of that with your age, but that doesn't mean that if you take care of your body, if you take care of your strength and conditioning. So in short, I would like to tell you that all these physical problems can be solved if you just get the basics right. That is, to sleep correctly, to have a good diet, to have a good exercise plan, and to take care of your body. And I'm sure with the technology and the techniques that we are having in this particular day and age, people who are going pro and deciding to go pro later in their life will be able to eliminate these set of physical problems. So the second set of problem which will cause you to fail in this journey of becoming a professional footballer are the mental health problems. So imagine you're starting late. Everyone of your age is almost figured out their career, they're getting married and they have moved on in their life. And here you are, still struggling with the money, uncertainty of future. You don't have time, money and confidence to get into a relationship. Imagine that you go into a party or a function. When someone asks you, what do? You just fumble. You just run from the conversations. You are not able to make eye contact just because you're not sure of yourself. So all these things after a point of time can take a toll on your mental health. Well then, what's the solution? I'll tell you what keeps me going. So the number one solution for solving these kind of problem is the courage. You must have the courage to admit to yourself of what you want. If you want to become a professional footballer, then you must have the courage to accept it. So number two is constantly reminding yourself that it's okay to chase your dreams against all the odds. Number three is to focus on the things that you can control, leaving aside all the uncontrollable external factors. What do I have in my hand? That's my diet, my training, my recovery, and the network that I have, the people that I know. That's all I have to go pro. These are the three things that you need to solve the mental health problem so that you can keep going and eventually make it as a professional footballer. So the third set of problems which will make most of the players lose their dreams are the financial problems. If you consider a player who has started by the age of 3 or 4, he has most probably made it professionally by the age of 17 and 18. He doesn't have to worry about money, he can pay his bill and sustain himself. Whereas if you start late and if you don't make it into a big club, even by the age of 24-25, you're not earning anything. If you consider the Mumbai football scene, because that's what I'm experienced in, there's this lowest level in the association, which is the third division, where you don't earn anything, where players don't earn anything. After that, there are certain levels in between, and the topmost level in the association is the elite division, where you earn a decent amount of money, but which is not enough to run your house or to support your family. And that's the same scenario with the I League. And after that, the considerable amount of money that you can earn is the topmost level of the country, which is the ISL. So the situation is such that you either make it to the top or you don't make it financially. Alright, so what's the solution? So in my experience, in my surrounding, what players end up doing is that they either work as coach, referees, linesman, or the ground staff, or they start their own academies where they guide and train young players and help them grow, or they start a business around football. All these are the alternative methods to sustain yourself while you're becoming a professional footballer, while you're still making the career of a footballer. You know what the best part is? These alternate careers can still stay even when you're retired from your professional football, or they can stay with your football career, because no matter how hard you train, no matter how much time you devote, your football career will just take some fraction of your day, and you'll have a lot of time in the day to do these alternate things. So that would be the best part. If you evaluate your dream, you just want to get paid for what you love to do, that is to play football. So some fraction of your income, it would be your complete income or some fraction, I don't know how big or small that part is, depending on what level you play, can come from your football. And you could have these alternate career options to complete remaining portions of your income, whatever you want, whatever number that you want to earn, right? That's your choice, that's your imagination. That is the way you can solve this problem of your finances. In the future, I'll be making a detailed video on this particular topic, sharing a few more ways, but that video will be only unlocked if you reshare this video 10 times on your Instagram stories. I am not telling one person to share it 10 times, but that video will be unlocked only if 10 people share this video on their stories, and eventually if we get on 500 subscriber mark. So the conclusion to this video is that there are solutions to every problem that you face throughout your professional journey, and especially if you're starting late, it's not gonna be easy. It will take your blood, it will take your sweat, a resilience, and even then some part of you would want to quit. And at that point, the question is not about am I too late? The question is, am I willing?